The doctor's hand trembled, not slightly, not with fatigue. It was the kind of tremor that comes from fear. He turned the screen away as if shielding me from it. Then his voice, low, strangled. "Leave this hospital now. File for divorce." I stared at him, words refusing to arrange themselves. "What do you mean?" His eyes darted to the door. "There's no time to explain. You'll understand when you see this." He swiveled the monitor toward me. The room stilled. Even the hum of the fluorescent lights seemed to falter. On the screen, our daughter's profile. But etched across her spine, something no genetic accident could explain. An anomaly too precise, too familiar. Recognition slammed into me like ice water. I didn't speak, didn't breathe, didn't even blink. I simply walked out of the room, out of the building, out of the life I thought I knew. The air outside was cold, my mind colder. Infidelity had been a rumor I dismissed, a shadow I ignored. She had excuses, late nights, sudden errands, her phone clutched like a weapon. I told myself marriage was trust, not interrogation. But trust is a fragile illusion. One crack and the entire reflection shatters. Now I carried the weight of that screen inside my skull, the shape of her spine, the mark, the signature of another man's blood. I replayed every touch, every whisper. Each moment rewired itself in my memory with new meaning. Her smiles now looked like masks, her silences strategy. I didn't confront her, not yet. Confrontation is for the impulsive, for the weak. I chose silence. Silence sharpens suspicion into certainty. At home, I watched. Not her, her patterns. I memorized the rhythm of her texts, the calls she took behind doors, the way her voice dropped half an octave when she lied. I ordered the DNA kit quietly, the kind that arrived in plain packaging. I tested myself first, proof of process, proof of patience. Then I waited. One morning, when she showered, I collected what I needed: a strand of hair, a brush she never noticed missing. Days stretched thin. Nights became hours of listening, to her breathing, to the subtle dissonance between the woman beside me and the stranger she had become. On the surface, I was the same. I cooked, I drove her to appointments, I held her hand in public. But beneath, I was dissecting her life piece by piece. Every truth hides in details, and I was learning to read them all. The envelope arrived in silence, no fanfare, no warning. Inside, the truth. The child was not mine. My pulse didn't rise, my hands didn't shake. Calm is the privilege of the betrayed who already knew. That night, I set the report on the kitchen table. No words, no accusation, just paper, evidence heavier than any scream. She walked in, saw it, froze. "What is this?" Her voice cracked. Her eyes searched mine for mercy. I gave her none. Her lips stammered explanations, impossible, absurd fabrications collapsing under their own weight. I watched, expressionless, detached. Because the moment the truth breathes, love dies. I didn't shout, I didn't curse. I slid my phone across the table, open. Every message she thought she deleted recovered. Every midnight meeting mapped. Every lie pinned like an insect beneath glass. Her breath hitched. Her face drained. She whispered my name like a prayer. I stood, collected my coat. "You'll explain to the lawyer," I said. Not a threat, a verdict. Her knees buckled as I walked past. She reached for me, fingers grazing the air, not my skin. I didn't flinch, because the deepest revenge is not rage, it's absence. I left the house that night, not in anger, in liberation. The street outside was quiet, washed in pale streetlight. My breath hung in the air, steady, controlled. Behind me, Her world collapsed. Ahead of me, mine began again, scarred but sovereign. People imagine betrayal shatters you. They're wrong. Betrayal sculpts you, carves away illusion until only bone remains. And bone does not break easily. I never saw her cry that way again. I never cared to. Because sometimes the cruelest ending is not vengeance or blood. It's the simple, merciless truth, handed back like a mirror. And I had already walked away from the reflection. Love ended on a screen, but clarity began there too, and clarity is the sharpest blade I'll ever carry.